Pinch hitter Heston Kjerstad, the final chance for the O's with a runner aboard. He goes down swinging on the stuff out of the zone. Royals hold on to win it in a pitcher's duel. 1-0 in Game 1 as the Royals take that 1-0 series lead. Their first playoff win since the World Series clinching game in 2015. For the first team in MLB history to win a playoff game in a season after losing 100-plus games. The Orioles, meantime, 9 straight playoff losses dating back to 2014. That is the longest active playoff losing streak. So they're shut out in the postseason for the first time since 1997. Let's dive into it all with CBS MLB writer Matt Snyder. Matt, let's start there with KC and the O's. This was high-level stuff from both of these pitchers. The starters going at it, and Ragans and Burns feels like a wasted opportunity with what the Orioles got from their starter. But talk to me about this staff, specifically what you saw out of Ragans in KC, sort of quietly, one of the more complete pitching staffs as it pertains to starters in this postseason.
Yeah, they are. I mean, behind Cole Ragans, they've got Michael Wacha, Brady Singer, and, oh, by the way, Seth Lugo, all-star Seth Lugo, that is. So they have a nice 1 through 4 in the rotation. Lucas Erceg has mostly been really, really good at closer. He had like a 3 appearance issue there. I don't want to call it a meltdown, but he was bad for 3 appearances there late August, early September. But otherwise, he's been great. It's the bridge to Erceg from the starters that looks like it might be a problem from the Royals. But if they're going to get 6 strong innings out of Ragans, they're going to get 1 really good inning out of Erceg. They only have to piece it together for 2 innings. So this is the formula, what you saw today from the Royals, how you get the job done. You get Bobby Witt Jr. up in an RBI opportunity. He comes through with the RBI. Then you just pitch your butts off, and that's what they did in this one. So they have the capability to make a deep run, riding that pitching staff and riding what Bobby Witt Jr. can do offensively. They just have a really small margin of error, as we saw with the 1-0 win there.
Yeah, the margin of error right now in these 3-game sets is such an exacting difference between wins, losses moving forward and the season being over. The pressure cooker now is squarely on top of the O's, who you get set up. You got your ace. You're at home. Everything's out in front of you. The guy goes out there and shoves, and you can't walk away with the win. I know 9 straight losses in the playoffs is something that's felt at the gate by the fans, but is that something that this clubhouse is aware of as they sort of approach the brink with a Game 2 matchup that could feature Zach Eflin and Seth Lugo?
Yeah, I definitely don't think that they would worry about 9, but now this group basically, the core of the team, they're 0-4 together. They got swept by the Rangers last year. They won over 100 games, and then they still got swept. They lost their first 2 games at home. They went to Texas and got eliminated with a really lackluster effort. To go out and score 0 runs in this game, to get beat 1-0, they probably felt like they had opportunities to score runs. Not many, but it's still, they only needed 1 run. I feel like even though baseball players have to be incredibly mentally tough to make the majors, because this is a game of failure. You know, when we look at the guys who have a near 400 on base percentage are among the best players in the league, and you still fail way more than half the time. You have to be mentally tough to make that. But I just feel like they're 0-4 now, and they know that. And they go into tomorrow knowing if they lose, they get eliminated. They have to feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. And you look at this group, it's still a relatively young group, but they're not that young. Adley Rutschman's 27. It's, you know, they're going to start kind of having to move on from some of these pieces. Anthony Santander, for example, is a free agent after this year. Corbin Burns is a free agent after this year. So they are going to feel a lot of pressure when they show up at Camden Yards tomorrow.